Hey guys, Daemon Black Flag here with Team Fennux, gonna show you how to get started with public beta. You should have received a group notice with the Fennux public beta crate. Now what you're gonna want to do is res it on the ground, like so. Click it, left click, do not open and copy to inventory. You just click the open lid button on the menu. After that, you will be able to res food, res home. You will also be able to get your HUD. That's very important. Get your HUD. You will also, after a few seconds, be able to get the hydrator, the Fennux hydrator. So get the hydrator. You will also want to click on supplies. So click that to get supplies and keep that. Inside the supplies, you will actually find extra Fennux homes, extra food, some eternal pet crystals to make eternal pets, as well as healer Fennux. And I do believe you will also find dueling arenas and NPC Fennux for dueling arenas. So if you want to get into dueling, you need the supplies crate. So make sure you get the supplies crate. Okay, so also we want to, you can res one den at a time if you want. You know, maybe you don't have that much room on your land. Just res a couple dens. Or if you want to get it out of the way, click on res all dens. And you'll see here all of the dens and hover text spam showing up. Now I know what you might be thinking. Hey Daemon, you're surrounded by a lot of spammy hover text. And you're correct. But the spammy hover text is actually very useful for pre-pairing dens. Okay, so let's dive into the mess of Fennux hover text here. And let's take a look at this set of dens. The male and the female den. You can tell it's a male because it's blue. You can tell the female is a female because it's pink. Pretty simple. Okay, now you see the hover text. You see yellow hover text on top of these two dens. This means they have the exact same aggression. Okay. Now the rule of Fennux is if it has the same aggression, you cannot breed it together. So this might look compatible because it's a male and a female, and they have the same color. But that's the thing. We don't want the same color on top. We don't want the same color on the dens, and we don't want the same color on the hover text. So opposites attract. That's the whole idea with Fennux. So what we're going to do here is we're going to swap out this female with one. I see one over here that has white hover text. So this one has opposite on the dens, the color of the pink and blue. Also has opposite on top on the hover text. So it's yellow and white, which means opposites attract. We're good to go with the set. So this one will breed together after 5 days. Okay, so let's talk about what you want to do if you want to pair some Fennux. So I'm going to take this pair here and place them right by this home. Now what's important is you're going to actually want to make sure you get some food. This food actually is in range, but I like to keep food next to the homes just because. So you get your food out, you keep your food by the home. You know, some people actually might even go as far as putting a bowl on the homes. Why not? You're allowed to. And there you go. So you put your matching pair right there. And then I'm going to give another example. Let's say this pair over here. Again, you can see that this has pink and blue, so it's opposite. It also has white and blue on top, which means it's opposite. So this is also a compatible match. Alright, so we've got our 2 pairs ready to go to be birthed on our home. And this is what we're going to do. Before we continue, I want to ask everybody to attach their HUD, which they received from their Fennux crates. And once it's attached, you're going to want to click the drop-down arrow. And if you'll notice, my HUD is actually not set up properly. It looks like the numbers are just not in the proper places, the text as well. So if you look in the top right corner of the HUD, you'll see another double set of arrows. These are kind of hidden on purpose to kind of blend out, because you only have to do this one time. Click the up arrow or the down arrow to slowly move the hover text on the HUD. And you'll see now it looks a lot better. It looks a lot more centered. This is basically something with the scale and the resolution of your computer. There's no other way to get around it, but we managed to make it so you can adjust it. So there you go. Alright, so these Fennux are matched up and ready to go. So what we're going to do is birth them. Now, to birth a Fennux, you click and hold for a second, or 2, and then you click Give Birth. Now what happens, you'll see it glows. It glows a color because it's ready to give birth. Now the only way to confirm is to click it one more time. So click one more time, and that Fennux is birthing. And there we have it, a little Fennux ready to go. Okay. So same thing with this Fennux over here. We're going to click and hold, give birth, and then click one more time on the glowing den. And there you have it. We got 2 Fennux ready to go. Now, you'll notice on the hover text for this Fennux, it says not paired, okay? And on the Amazon as well, not paired. But these are compatible because it's a male and a female. They're not related in any way. I guess because it's a starter den. And then you'll also see that the aggressions are opposite, the yellow and the white. So these are actually ready to breed, but they will not breed currently. They will not breed because automatic breeding is turned off on the home. Automatic breeding is turned off on the home. So if you want these to breed without pairing them, all you would have to do is click the home, turn breeding on, and now automatic breeding is enabled on the home. So now these Fennux will breed every 5 days. Now the only thing is, what happens if you add more Fennux to the mix? So I'm going to birth these other 2 Fennux. Now here's where it gets kind of tricky, because now there's 2 females that are both neutral. Okay, so what's going to happen here is it's pretty much going to swap, right? So one time it might be breeding with this pair down here. Another time it might be breeding with this pair down here. But another time it might actually be this Western, the black one, breeding with this black Western as well. Or this Amazon, the gray one, breeding with this Saharan as well. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. It's going to randomly start breeding because automatic breeding's turned on and nobody's paired. Now, if that's what you want, congratulations, you got a random breeding pit. Pretty cool. Now, if that's not what you want, and you want to make sure that these 2 Fennux breed together, there's a simple fix for that. All you have to do is click on one of the Fennux, click Config, click Choose Mate, and then click on the Fennux you want to mate with, and push Yes. And now these are paired up, good to go. And basically what I'm saying is these 2 will not ever breed with these 2. Or, you know, so they're safe. So now, in theory, this is a perfectly matched up set of Fennux. So you'll get 2 different dens here from the same Fennux every single 5 days. Okay? Now, if you want to go back to random, basically all you would have to do is unpair these 2 Fennux. Now, what I'm going to do is pair up these as well. So I'm going to click Config, choose Mate, and then click that as well. Yes. And so now these are both paired up. So now if I add any other Fennux here, even if I add just random Fennux to the home, they will always breed with the proper Fennux every single time, guaranteed. So we're good to go there. Another feature we added in private beta phase 2, which some of you already know about, is the home movement, and what happens when you take a Fennux home and move it far away from where your Fennux are currently located. And you'll see what happens is once you move the home, the Fennux get word of the move, because they're smart little creatures like that, and they will start hopping over to the new location automatically without you pushing any other buttons or telling it what to do. Your Fennux will just start saying, oh, the home's over there, guys, I'm hopping. Alright, see ya, you know, they hop. It's pretty simple. So eventually every little Fennux will make their way through the migrational journey to the Fennux home. And that's what's happening there. They're migrating. Hey guys, Daemon Black Flag here from Team Fennux. Going to show you how to get started with Fennux dueling arenas and the NPC Fennux. As you see here, we have a NPC Fennux and my Amazon Fennux, which means I can actually duel with no other friends around because I'm lonely and have nothing better to do but make videos by myself. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with dueling. NPC Fennux are actually birthed out of a den, very similar to a regular Fennux den. So it's pretty much self-explanatory. If you know how to make a den pop out of Fennux, you know how to make an NPC Fennux pop out of his den as well. So make your little NPC Fennux and res him out alongside another live Fennux if you want to duel by yourself. If you have a friend, skip the NPC Fennux entirely and res out your friend. Well, that sounds silly. Have your friend res out your Fennux. No, wait, not. Again, that sounds silly as well. Have your friend res out their Fennux, have you res out your Fennux, and then put them by the dueling arena. And click it. Click the dueling arena. Each person has to click it, or if you're by yourself, just you. Okay, so we've got our dueling started here. You'll see a red to green timer circle countdown thing. Now the object of this game is to click cast spell, claw attack, or roll attack before the timer hits red. So I'm going to do roll attack. And my NPC Fennux decided to do that as well. Touche. It's basically a tie, so I think we both take a little bit of damage. Yeah, we did. Each damage point is random. It's random between 2 different variables, I think. So that's why his went down, I think, 4, and mine went down 3. Anyway, so I'm going to do cast spell, and I am glad I did that because he got knocked back a bit there. So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors, where cast spell beats claw attack, which beats roll attack, which beats cast spell again. And of course, cast spell versus cast spell ties, and of course, you know, yeah, that's how it works. Oh, exactly like rock, paper, scissors. So I'm going to do cast spell again. Glad I did, because that worked. So it's like rock, paper, scissors, where, you know, rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, paper beats rock again. So it's a very even balanced game. One of the tactics that I would recommend doing is talking to your opponents. Of course, you can't talk to an NPC. Well, I guess you could talk to an NPC Fennux. I don't advise it. People might think things. My point is, but if it's a real duel versus one of your friends, try to be like, hey, I'm gonna do rolling attack, and they're like, haha, he's not gonna do rolling attack, and just do rolling attack. You know, I mean, like, there's ways to kind of trick the opponent into thinking you're gonna do something else. Like, I'm definitely not gonna do claw attack, and actually just do rolling attack again, because you're being honest. Like, it's kind of like poker. You know, either put on your poker face or not. I mean, it's a skill game. It's a skill game where you can actually trick people. I mean, it's all in the mind. I mean, if you can actually make someone believe, like, I'm gonna push spell cast, and then you do roll attack, you know, and they're like, they think you were going to, you know. So it's a fun game. So if you want to get into that, start dueling. I recommend it. Let's see here. I think I'm about to win. Nope, I just got hit by a spellcast. A pink spellcast nonetheless. Touche, NPC Fennux. That's another thing. I think the NPC Fennux changes his spellcast color every single time. Yep. Purple that time. If I can hopefully win, Mr. NPC Fennux. Or maybe not. Why am I so bad at dueling right now? I was doing so good earlier. And then, of course, the final take that we put into the video, I do horrible. Alright, so let's try this again. Come on! Stop being good. Apparently, I mean, you're going to run into this problem where your NPC Fennux starts kicking your butt. Don't get mad. Don't get too mad. Just kick his butt a little bit, you know? Eventually you will win. And I think I just did. Yeah. What now, NPC Fennux? Yeah, roll over, even though I did too. Okay, so that's how you get a dueling round finished. I do believe leveled up a little bit more for dueling. Yeah, 10 out of 100. So if you keep dueling, eventually you'll get to level 2, 3, 4, etc. It's similar to breeding and crafting experience bars as well. It's going to show you how to get started with the crafting machine on the Fennux Sim. All you need is a completed recipe, so piece A, B, C, and D of the same number. So recipe 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D. You would res those pieces on the ground inside the green box. That's a res area. And then you would place down the ingredients. In this case, it's 2 Western Tier 1s and 2 Saharan Tier 1s on the machine like so. And then you will be pulling the lever, watching it spin, and you'll be receiving a crafting Fennux Den, the mystery region Fennux Den, a blue Fennux for this recipe. And that's that. So let's just watch this little animation and watch the outcome.
Walking down the sidewalk, kicking my feet as I move.